Good morning, everyone. I'm so happy to see you all in this session. And to you have made a great choice to gain some knowledge on this concept of multiple intelligence and also to see your child in a holistic viewpoint, right? And I assure you that by the end of the session, the way you look at your child and also the way you look at an individual will have a great impact. Your perspective of intelligence also would change definitely. Okay, so before I start this session, before I deep dive into this session, let me introduce about myself. I'm Divya, a deep parenting coach. I'm associated with Deep Parenting Organization. We help parents in reducing their parental anxieties and insecurities by conducting one-on-one interventions with them. And we are almost a team of about 2,300 plus parenting coaches from Deep Parenting. Deep has trained 1.5 million parents in past 9 years. All right. So I think only few of us are there here. I know every one of you. Let's just get into this topic. So I just wanted to know from every one of you, or you can also tell me the perspective of other parents, if possible. What do you think this intelligence is? So when you see this word intelligence, what comes in your mind? You can give me the answer even in the chat box. I can take it. So when you see a kid, how do you define or how do you assess that child as intelligent? I
Knowledge, skills,
knowledge. Knowledge. So knowledge on what? Can you tell me knowledge of what exactly? So do you mean to say that if they get good marks in school, do you think that is how you assess the intelligent or anything
not in
else?
terms of marks, in terms of the subject, how they will receive, not only particular to subjects or academics. So outside the uh, school, so how they are thinking,
So
how they are applying.
right, right. That's right. Hi, Chanakya. I can see you with the name Chanakya. Just let me know if that is your name. Otherwise, you can just message me. So, right,
Hi
Ganesh.
Divya, this is Chanakya's mother Kaundinya. I'll be on mute and I'll be in the call.
Sure, sure, continue. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Divya. Yeah.
So, Ganesh, as you said, you said it rightly. How people, how the child is acting smart also comes under intelligence, and it is not only the subjective intelligence which we are talking about. It is the intelligence overall for a child, right? And this professor and a psychologist, Howard Gardner, has written a book called Frames of Mind in the year 1983. And as per him, he says that it's the brain's ability which can get you name, fame, money, and ultimately success is defined as intelligence. He has a broader viewpoint on intelligence. That means in any era or any ability which can give you name, fame, and money. And ultimately, the success also comes in with all these, right? So, if a person has that ability which can convert into success, is said to be an intelligence. So every one of us have abilities within us, right? Every child is inborn with some kind of ability. If that ability is converted into success, then the child is said to have this intelligence. So the child is known as intelligent child, right? Do you agree with this perspective? And yeah, and it's not only the academic score, as Ganesh rightly told us, it's not only the academic score that we are seeing. So the child may be weak or child may score very less in academics, but the child might have some other ability which can fetch the success in life, right? There are many such people which we are seeing, the famous people which we are seeing around. They are successful, though their academic scores are so low. They have now become so successful people around us, right? And I also agree that academic scores are important to some extent. We have to train them on that, but it's not important for the life to be a successful in their life. It's not so important to become successful person, right? And now this Howard Gardner, as I was telling, he's a renowned psychologist and a professor. He has introduced a book called Frames of Mind. In that, he has introduced seven intelligence. So after that, after a few years, around 1991, he has introduced another book in the same subject of multiple intelligence. He has given three more intelligence along with these seven. Among these 10 intelligence, all the psychologists, educationalists have accepted and researched about eight intelligence. Only eight were approved by everybody, and through which the name, fame, and success can be acquired. So let's see, it is popularly known as eight intelligence theory. When you talk about Harvard's multiple intelligence, it is famously known as eight intelligence theory. So let's see what are these eight intelligence here. It is linguistic intelligence, logical intelligence, visual intelligence, physical intelligence, musical, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and naturalistic intelligence. With if a person has either one intelligence or if a person have multiple intelligences in combination, then he can be successful in the career. He can lead a successful life, right? So when we are going through each one of these intelligences, we will definitely be able to relate to our own abilities, and we will also be able to relate to the abilities which the other person have, and also the you can see your child in that perspective as well. You can also interact with me in between. You can share your experiences if you have any in between when we are discussing about each intelligence. All right. Okay. Let me see if anybody else have joined. Okay. And let's move on. So the first intelligence which we are going to see is linguistic intelligence. When you hear this word linguistic, what do you think will this linguistic will be? What is the meaning of linguistic?
It's about language barriers which the child is able to take or communicate with the other person around him.
Right. It is basically about the language, right? You said it rightly that it is about the barriers that the child is able to take it, and it is about the language. So we hear about this linguistic intelligence mostly on language, and also we think that it is on only English language, on the language that we commonly speak, which is English. So, here, as per Howard Gardner, linguistic intelligence is the brain's ability to convert your thoughts, knowledge, emotions, and feelings into a language, be it any language, whether it is a native language or English or any other language. And here, the important thing is the child may not be very good in the knowledge of the language. That means the child not may not know the technicalities or the grammar, the vocabulary of the language which he or she is speaking. But if the child is able to express his feelings, thoughts, and knowledge in the form of language, if he is able to express it to their friends, whether it is orally or or in a written format, so then the child is known as linguistically intelligent here, right? I think it is clear to you. And one more interesting part which I wanted to share here is not all language experts may not be linguistically intelligent. right? All not all English teachers can be linguistically intelligent. They might have the knowledge of that language, they might know the grammar, vocabulary of that language, the structure of the language, but they may not be able to express their feelings, emotions into that language. And of course, that language which they have, the knowledge which they have about language may help them to express, but they may not be expressive verbally. So there are few children who are very good in writing, in expressing their thoughts in the form of writing, but they may not be so good in expressing uh, their thoughts in the form of speaking. So, but still, we call them as linguistic intelligence. It's just that they are not able to speak in front of public. It may be some self-confidence issues for them, for that child. So we have to improve that self-confidence. So we as parents have to identify our child, whether the child is having this linguistic intelligence or no. Right? I think this is clear to you, all of you. Let me know if anything is missing out. Just give me a thumbs up or so that I can understand. Okay, thank you. So, for suppose if you see your child who is scoring very well in objective examinations, but the child is not scoring well in subjective examinations. So, do you question the knowledge of this child here? Do you question the knowledge of this child? Or do you question the linguistic intelligence of the child? Yes? So,
That is knowledge of the child, not the intelligence of linguistic intelligence.
no, I'm asking you if the child is very good, if the child is scoring very well in the objective examinations, but he is not scoring good in subjective examinations.
Yeah,
That
that
means
is
the child,
linguistic.
yeah.
That is
So,
linguistic.
right. So that means the child is not able to express in the subjects, right? So, in this case, what usually teachers or we parents do to our child is we ask them to study more, read more, so that you'll score good in subjective examinations. But here, the input is not the problem to the child. The child is having a lot of knowledge on the subject, but he doesn't know how to express that in the subject, in the subjective examinations, right? So in this case we should always make the child to practice the subjective answers where the answers are required to be described very well. What subjects do you think will require this linguistic intelligence in academics?
Yeah, except mathematics, all other subjects require linguistic intelligence.
Right. And this is very much important to score well in academics, right? So this is the minimum criteria which every child must have. We have to make them practice on this. And as initially there might be very short answers to children, so there will be just one word, one line answers to children. But as their age grows, as they grow in their classes, in their grades, then they have to write this descriptive answers. It's very important for child to make them practice on expressing their thoughts, right? And these children will be very good in storytelling, they will be very good in writing stories, in speaking, and they can understand words and manipulate syntax of sentences. They'll be very good at using grammar as well. So they though they are not so good, I mean they might not be so good in the languages, but they know how to express it in a greater way. And eventually the child who is very much interested to express their thoughts in the form of language, they will learn the language as well, right? And if I ask you all these personalities over here, you know them for their linguistic intelligence, right? So be it an author, a lyricist, a journalist, anybody, the actors, they can be very good in linguistic intelligence. So now I would like to ask you what career options you can see in the child who is linguistically intelligent. Yeah. Just tell me the career options. By seeing these famous personalities, you would definitely could figure out the career options.
Yeah.
So,
A writer, lecturer, teacher, then politician,
yes, yes, teaching.
speakers, yeah,
Yes, yes. So all the
anchors.
right, exactly. Anchors, uh, orators, the politicians, and nowadays we can see these stand-up comedians as well who speak so well, and they
Mm.
are earning a lot. The novelists, the writers, the one who writes the scripts for cinemas, the directors, all of them are very good at linguistic intelligence, right? The journalists, all of them. So these are the career options which we can put our child into if they are linguistically intelligent. So now let's move on. I guess all of you are with me till now. Yes. Just give me a thumbs up if you are with me. Okay, thank you. Let's move ahead. So the second intelligence which Harvard proposed is logical intelligence. This is the highly rated intelligence which every parent wants. So every parent wants their child to be very good in logical intelligence, and it is required also to every child to be at least, average in this logical intelligence. Otherwise, it will become an hindrance to the child in later stages of their life if they are very low at this logical intelligence. So, a minimum logical concepts needs to be there for every child. Linguistic and logical intelligence are required for the child to get good marks in academics, in their academics, right? So obviously, as the name defines this intelligence, it's the intelligence is the capacity to use numbers effectively and reason well. People with this intelligence think by reasoning. They have a lot of questions. So people with this intelligence, they experiment a lot. They do the researches a lot. They have the ability to question each and everything. They can solve the puzzles easily, right? They have this ability to calculate, and they also have this ability to make decisions easily. They, while making their decisions, they can figure out the pros and cons of that decision, and they can make that decision easily. They will be able to interrupt to see the cause and effect of the relationships, right? Let's see the characteristics of this logical intelligence now. So they are familiar with the concepts of quantity, time, and cause and effect. They use abstract symbols to represent concrete objects and concepts. They like maths, science, the technology. They can solve the complex problems. So, if I told you about this logical intelligence, so I want you to tell me what career options and will be suitable for this logical intelligence. So when you see this word logical, you will be able to figure out the career options as well. You may also give me the chat box. I can see it in the chat box as well if you're not able to unmute yourself and tell me. All the great careers which every parent wants their child to be that fit into this logical intelligence.
Lawyers.
Lawyers, right. Lawyers should have linguistic intelligence and also logical intelligence because they will need
Yes.
to express their thoughts. Yeah. And
Teacher also. She needs
teachers,
to
yes.
know the children's psychology or their interests or moods, and logically she can bring them to the mood to listen and express their ideas. For everything, she
Right.
has to use this logical and linguistic.
Correct, correct. And for teacher, more than logical intelligence, because a maths teacher needs to have logical intelligence, a science teacher also needs to have a logical intelligence. Not every teacher needs to have logical intelligence, right? Because this logical intelligence is pertaining to the research based or the calculations,
Yeah.
solving the puzzles,
Yes.
correct? Yeah. Any other careers options that you would think of in the field of research, in the field of math? The scientists needs
Yeah.
to have logical intelligence.
Mathematicians, science.
Mathematicians, correct. So all these personalities who are here with us
Yeah.
are logically intelligent,
Yeah.
right?
Chanakya gave police department.
Police department. Yes, yes, of course. And now let's see the other career options which are there with logical intelligence here. Accountant, a banker, bookkeeper, businessman, right? A doctor have to have this logical intelligence. Science teacher, maths teacher, mathematicians, economist, all of them should have a very good logical intelligence. So we can put our child in any one of these career options if you see your child logically intelligent, right? So now the third intelligence. I hope every one of you are with me till now. Just give me a thumbs up if you are with me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Ganesh. Thank you, Kauntinya. So now this is the third intelligence which Howard introduced. So this is a hope for the parents whose child doesn't have this linguistic or logical intelligence. So this intelligence may not have logic. The child with this visual or spatial intelligence will not be using logic at all. So when I say about this visual or spatial intelligence, do we all understand colors equally? Do we all see colors equally? Uh, I don't think we see colors. I mean, we know all the colors. We don't know all the colors differently. And we do not understand the patterns equally, patterns of the colors, patterns of the shapes equally. So this is where the child who has this visual or spatial intelligence will have the ability to interpret what they see. So what they see in the form of colors, they remember the faces, okay, and they also understand the distance and space, speed. For suppose if a ball is coming from a long distance, the child who possesses this intelligence, the visual or spatial intelligence, will be able to catch the ball, will be able to aim the ball very nicely, and they will have this hand and eye coordination. They will be able to catch the ball correctly. And there, while catching the ball, when they are seeing that ball is coming from a distance, they will not be calculating the distance and speed, right? So it's the ability that is there in the child himself. Correct? All the sportsmen will have this visual or spatial intelligence. Along with this visual spatial intelligence, the sportsman will have the other intelligence as well, which I am going to share it later in the session. So, and when I talk about colors, shapes, and design, you can see all the event managers or all the interior designers. They are very good in this visual or spatial intelligence. When I say about spatial intelligence, when you see your child who is doing the building blocks activity, the child will himself know how much space is required for that, for building that particular house. So they do not have to measure and see. Sometimes it is possible for architects to measure, but if you see a child and child's perspective, they do not measure it. Okay, this much space is required. They will know it by themselves that, okay, this particular thing will be fitting into this space and I will build the house. Right? Yeah. So, when I say about the characteristics, they learn by seeing, observing, recognize faces, as I told you. They learn by seeing they understand the shapes and colors very easily. They are visual learners. Hi, Madhu. Thank you for joining. So they think in the pictures and they visualize in details. So when you say something to them, they might not remember it. But when they see something, when they watch some video or when they uh, interact with you, when they're talking to you, then they will be uh, then they will. Madhu, can you please mute yourself?
అయ్యో సారీ
Yeah, it's okay. So they use these visual images as an aid in recalling the information, right? And whatever we are buying nowadays, like fridge, TV, or few things which we are just keeping it in our house, we are paying these premium amounts, right? All the premium models that we hear in the shops. So we are paying the extra amount for these premiums. All these visual intellectual persons have designed those premium models. So you can, imagine your child being uh, a successful person with this particular intelligence as well. And one more interesting thing is these children will not use logics at all. They will always think beyond the logics. If logics are there, then this tone jeans and all the models that are fashionable all around us will never be so famous, right? Do you agree with this? Do you think that your child can be in this particular career when you see that your child is visually intelligent? Yeah. When you see your child that your child is visually intelligent, when your child has this visual or special intelligence, uh, do you think that the child can be successful in this career? And here for visual intelligence people, they do not need this linguistic or logical intelligence at all. They don't have to express it, correct? They don't have to express it verbally, right? They don't have to use logics at all. They always think out of the box. Do you agree with me? Are you all with me?
yes Divya.
Okay. So all these people uh, whom you are seeing here on the screen, they are visually intelligent. So the Walt Disney, MF Hussein, the interior designers, the event managers, all of them are visually intelligent. So now let's see the career options. What are there under this visual intelligence? The advertising agents who design the advertisements, all of them are visually intelligent. Interior designers, painters, photographers as well. They know the colors, they know which background will be good. So all of them can be visually intelligent, right? And these people will also be very good in making the maps. For suppose if a child is given a task to draw a map from their school to their house, then they will show a lot of interest. For the same child, if you ask them to tell the route of the map, the route of how to go from their house to school, they will not be able to tell it verbally. They will not be able to express it through writing. And here there is no logic at all to express. So that doesn't come into this particular subject. When you ask a child to draw a map, then they will be very good in doing it, right? So those are called urban planners now. They can design the villages, right? They can be animators. They can be into multimedia artists. Right? There are a lot of career options if you can see here. I hope everyone are with me, and let me know if you want to share anything. I'll be happy to hear.
I'm having a doubt. They also need logical intelligence along with the visual. May not be linguistic. Of course, linguistic always required. Logic is also required. When we are
Uh,
doing, with
hmm.
the interior designer,
Hmm.
when they are doing that, they should have that logic. How
Yes.
space
So,
that way.
of course, that is what I told you. It includes the spatial intelligence as well, along with visual intelligence.
Yeah.
So when they are measuring something, so once they are into one field of interior designing, so they will be doing a little small calculations, but those calculations will not be at a higher range as the scientists or other
Huh.
mathematicians do, right?
Yeah,
So
got it.
they will be needing a very basic logical intelligence. That
Yeah.
is what I told you earlier in the beginning of the session, that every one of us have to have a minimum base of logical and
Yes.
linguistic intelligence.
Yes. Got it.
Yeah. So they will be using the spaces. They will be knowing about spaces. As I told you, when a child is doing this building blocks activity, so they
Mhm.
might not measure it. Okay, this e space lo, I mean, in the measurement lo, naku ఈ పర్టికులర్ బిల్డింగ్ నేను కన్స్ట్రక్ట్ చేయగలుగుతాను అని
Yeah.
వాళ్ళకి అనిపించకపోవచ్చు.
Mhm.
బట్ దే విల్ నో దట్ ఓకే ఈ స్పేస్ లో నా
Yeah.
ఐ మీన్ వాళ్ళకి అర్థమైపోతుంది దట్
Yeah.
ఈ స్పేస్ లో నేను చేయగలుగుతాను, ఐ కెన్ బిల్డ్ మై బ్లాక్స్, ఐ కెన్ డూ దిస్ హౌస్ ఇన్ దిస్ స్పేస్ అన్నది వాళ్ళకి
Mm.
అర్థమైపోతుంది. సో అది
Yeah.
వాళ్ళకి లోపల బై బర్త్ వచ్చేస్తుంది అనమాట. ఇట్స్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద
Mm.
ఎబిలిటీ విచ్ ఐ కెన్ టెల్ యూ,
Yes.
రైట్?
Yeah.
యా,
Thank.
వెల్కమ్. So now let's move on to the next intelligence. I hope I'm not making this session boring. Let me know if you feel that it is boring. We can have a
No.
conversation as well. Yes, please. I need the answers on the chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you for the answer. Okay, the fourth intelligence that we are going to discuss here is physical intelligence. So, as the name itself defines, that physical intelligence is where the child uses his body to create some art, right? So, it's the brain's ability to effectively and efficiently use their body to create some art. So when I say using a body, it can include both gross motor and fine motor activities. So gross motor activities involve the whole body. So where you involve your bigger muscles like legs, hand movements. These are called gross motor activities. And when you just involve very small precision oriented muscles like hands, your fingers, then that is called the fine motor activities. Those activities include into fine motor activities, right? So now when I tell about gross motor and fine motor activities, what do you think will be the career options for the child in the physical intelligence? Yeah, you can give me on the messages as well. So when a child is using his body to express something, when the child is able to learn something through his body, then what are the career options that you can see in the child? So this particular child can also learn by using his body in everywhere. So you can see your child when the child is very much interested in the field trips, or when the child wants to do a role play, when the child wants to act, do some kind of acting. So these children are physically
Classical
intelligent.
dancers or Western dancer.
Yes, dancers. And these particular
Drama,
children,
drama artist, movie artist,
right,
chess.
correct. So these children have very good control on their body as well. So it's not that the children who are so active, who like the parents, few parents will think that their child is having a lot of energy. They have a lot of energy, and they complain about the child that the child cannot sit at one place. They keep roaming in the class, they keep disturbing the classroom. Parents keep getting these kind of complaints from their teachers, from their child's teachers, right? So it's, you have to channelize these energies into a good form, into a controlled form. Then we can see that the child is having this physical intelligence. So sometimes, if this physical intelligence is low at some kids, the parent will not be bothered at all. So usually, if you see this logical linguistic intelligence, if the child is low at this logical or linguistic intelligence, the parent will get so much worried, because all the schools are assessing the child based on their logical and linguistic intelligence. But if you see a child with good physical intelligence, with with low physical intelligence, and then the child will not be much worried. The parent will be happy instead. Correct? So, in this case, if a child, for suppose the child doesn't have physical intelligence, then that is fine for the parent. For suppose the child is having higher physical intelligence, then do you think that will be a problem to the parent? High in the sense, if they are not able to control their body at all, that will definitely be a problem to the parent, right? So these children will enjoy the concrete learning experiences, as I told you, in the field trips, participating in the role plays, in games, experiencing and doing things physically by using their body. So, as I was telling you, when this physical intelligence is very high in their children, it is very difficult for a parent to control that. It's not the child's problem at all when you see a child roaming in and around your house. Few children will not be able to control, will not have that control on their body. So they cannot control their impulses, and then they roam around here and there. They cannot sit at one place. రైట్. యూజువల్లీ పేరెంట్స్ ఏమనుకుంటారంటే, వీళ్ళకి చాలా ఐ మీన్ హై ఎనర్జీస్ ఉన్నాయి, వీళ్ళు ఇటు అటు తిరుగుతుంటారు, ఒక ప్లేస్లో కూర్చోరు, బాగా అల్లరి చేస్తూ ఉంటారు అని అనుకుంటూ ఉంటాం. కానీ వీళ్ళకి ఏంటంటే పాపం, ఇది వాళ్ళు ఇంటెన్షనల్గా చేస్తున్నది కాదు. పిల్లలు అంటే ఇలాంటి పిల్లలు ఏంటంటే ఇంటెన్షనల్గా కావాలని చేయాలి, కావాలని అల్లరి చేయాలి అని అనుకోరు. వాళ్ళు ఏంటంటే దే కెనాట్ కంట్రోల్ దేర్ ఇంపల్స్. అది కంట్రోల్ అవ్వక వాళ్ళు ఇటు అటు తిరుగుతారు. సో అలాంటి పిల్లలకి మనం ఏం చేయగలం అంటే, ఒక టెక్నిక్ ఉంది, పోమోడోరో టెక్నిక్ అని చాలా మంది వినే ఉంటారు. ఈ టెక్నిక్ ఏంటంటే, లైక్ మెయిన్గా ఈ హై ఫిజికల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న పిల్లలకి యూజువల్గా ఈ పోమోడోరో టెక్నిక్లో మనం 25 minutes ఆఫ్ ఫోకస్ టైం ఇస్తాం, తర్వాత 5 minutes బ్రేక్ తీసుకుంటాం, అండ్ అగైన్ 25 minutes ఫోకస్ ఇస్తాం, 5 minutes బ్రేక్ తీసుకుంటాం. ఆఫ్టర్ 4 cycles, ఈ 4 cycles అయిన తర్వాత we will take a long break of 30 minutes. So for these children who are very high at physical intelligence, we will recommend them to focus for 15 minutes, because they will not be able to focus for 20 minutes long. It is a very long time for them. They cannot sit at one place. So you will reward 5 minutes of break after every 15 minutes. And you can tell them beforehand that after 4 cycles, you can have a long break of 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So this is how you have to manage the physically intelligent kid. And there is also a term, uh, whoever is high in physical intelligence. Does anyone know about this term? Yeah. Anybody who knows the term where you see high energies in the child? So it's usually called hyperactivity, right? So when you just hear about this term hyperactivity, it comes under two divisions, which I can say one is mental hyperactivity and the other one is physical hyperactivity, right? And sometimes it happens for us also, even during this session when you always wanted to listen to the session, but sometimes your thoughts just go somewhere else. You might relate to something else when I'm telling you about physical intelligence. So when your thoughts go somewhere else and you again consciously make the decision to come back to this session and listen, so it is like sometimes even we get diverted with these things. So the kids who are suffering with mental hyperactivity will have this focus issues. You will see the kids with concentration issues. They cannot focus on one point. They have distractions everywhere. They get distracted so easily. So if this mental hyperactivity is high in kids, uh, then we call this term as ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. And the children who have this higher physical hyperactivity, then we call it as hyperactivity. And combination of these two is ADHD that we call attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, right? It is very difficult to manage such kids for parents. And this Pomodoro technique is one good technique that we can use on these kind of kids, right? And one more thing is that if you see the child with higher energies, you can always channelize these energies in a good way. You can keep them in some dance classes or in some sports. You have to channelize their energies in the controlled way. Otherwise, it can be misused later. All right. I hope it is good for you till now. So, all these people, the famous people whom we know, have good physical intelligence. They have good control on their body. They have good hand and eye coordination. So, the sportsman, as I told you, they should have this visual or spatial intelligence. Along with that, they have to have this physical intelligence, right? So they can learn by using their body. So when I say about this fine motor activities, so a surgeon also comes into this activity. A surgeon needs a fine motor activity. He should be good at physical intelligence or the bodily kinesthetic intelligence. This physical intelligence is also known as bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Okay, the painters also will need this physical intelligence. They may not be using their gross motor muscles for using it, but they will use these fine motor activities, fine motor muscles, I would say, right? And as we already have discussed, the career options in physical intelligence, these are the careers which you can choose for your child if you feel your child is physically intelligent. So the actor, athlete, choreographers, craftsmen, dancers, all of them, forest rangers, so where their body is used very much, PE teachers, all of them. All right. So now let's move on further. So now we have just completed four intelligence till now, which Harvard has proposed. Let's have a small quiz here so that we'll be able to know how much we understood about these Howard Gardner's principles. Okay. Let me go with first one. Which of the following activities would most likely appeal to someone with high linguistic intelligence? Is it playing sports, writing a poem or story, solving math problems, building a model? So, which one need high linguistic intelligence? You can give me on the message chat box as well the answer, the option. Hi, Hari Krishna. Thank you for joining.
Hi Divya.
So Hari Krishna, I don't know when you have joined, but we have discussed about four intelligences, and we are just going through a quiz of these four intelligences.
I joined 15 minutes back actually. I
Okay,
forgot, so I just joined.
okay,
So
no
I hope
issues.
this is recorded, right? Maybe I'll go through.
Yes, it is recorded. You can go through this.
Thank you.
So just tell me, give me the option here. I'm looking into the chat box. Which intelligence will need which of these activities will need high intelligence? Yeah, is it playing sports? Does playing sports need high linguistic intelligence? Writing a poem or story will need
Yeah,
linguistic intelligence?
writing poem or story.
Correct. So because here is where the child can express their thoughts and views verbally. So this is where we need high linguistic intelligence. Which type of intelligence is associated with someone who is good at visualizing objects, understanding maps, or creating artwork? ఆర్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయడం కానీ మ్యాప్స్ అండర్స్టాండ్ అవ్వడం, లైక్ వాళ్ళకి ఏ పర్టికులర్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కావాలి? విజువలైజింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ చేయడం, విజువల్ స్పేషియల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కావాలా, లేదంటే ఫిజికల్ ఆర్ బాడీలీ కైనెస్టిక్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కావాలా, లాజికల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కావాలా విజువలైజింగ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్కి, లేదంటే లింగ్విస్టిక్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ కావాలా? In visualizing the objects, understanding maps, and creating artwork. You can give me in the chat box as well if you don't want to unmute and tell me. Yes, please. You can give me the answer even if it is wrong. That's okay. We can revise it again. And this will be useful for
Visual,
our kids. Sorry?
visual spatial or spatial. A.
Correct. Thank you. Yeah, that's right. What type of intelligence is needed to be a scientist? I hope this is very easy. Is it linguistic, verbal, logical, mathematical intelligence, visual or spatial intelligence?
Logical, mathematical.
Correct. Yeah. And the next question is, what type of intelligence is needed to be a PE teacher? Does a PE teacher needs linguistic, logical, visual or spatial, or bodily kinesthetic intelligence?
The last one.
Bodily
Physical.
kinesthetic. Physical, correct. Yeah. Now let me move on. I hope it is interesting for every one of you.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
interesting.
So here we can take a small break if you need. If you do not need a break, then let's go on. Just tell me if you need a break, then we can go for 5 minutes and come back. I just need answers from every one of you because it is for every one of us. If you need a break, then we'll take. Otherwise, we'll just move on. Okay, fine. Then let's move on to the next intelligence. Till now, we have completed 4 intelligence, and this is the 5th intelligence which Howard proposed, which is musical intelligence. Right? It is the brain's ability to understand the rhythm, pitch, tone, echo, and structure of the music. Every one of us love music, right? So almost 90% of us will have the similar taste, and maybe the taste may vary between us when pertaining to this music, but not every one of us will understand music, correct? We will not understand music, the structure of the music, the pattern of the music, how the music is composed and all. But the children who are having this musical intelligence will understand the rhythm, pitch, tone, structure of the music. ఇప్పుడు ఒక చైల్డ్ అలా కూర్చొని when they are observing the sounds around them, అంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ నుంచి వచ్చే సౌండ్స్ కానీ ఆర్ వాళ్ళ చుట్టూ ఏమైనా హ్యూమన్ వాయిసెస్ నుంచి వచ్చే సౌండ్స్ కానీ సమ్ సౌండ్స్ ఫ్రమ్ ద వెజల్స్ కానీ అవన్నీ ఐ మీన్ వాళ్ళు అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి దాని నుంచి వాళ్ళు ఒక ప్యాటర్న్ క్రియేట్ చేయగలుగుతారు. ఈ పర్టికులర్ చిల్డ్రన్ దే కెన్ క్రియేట్ అ ప్యాటర్న్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ ద సౌండ్స్ విచ్ ఆర్ కమింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ద బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్. So they have this ability to compose a music, to put the music in a pattern, right? And they will know the pitch also in the music, right? So you can observe your children if they are showing that interest in music, then they are musically intelligent. It's not only the interest, I would say, it is like understanding the music itself, right? They listen and respond with interest to a variety of sounds, including the human voice, environmental sounds, music, and organizes such sounds into meaningful patterns, right? And they are eager to be around and learn from different music and musicians. So these children will also be listening to the music from different languages also. సో వాళ్ళు వేరే కల్చర్ మ్యూజిక్ కూడా వినడానికి ఇష్టపడతారు. అండ్ మ్యూజిక్ కంపోజర్స్ మనం చూసుకుంటే వాళ్ళు డిఫరెంట్ లాంగ్వేజెస్ డిఫరెంట్ కల్చర్స్ నుంచి మ్యూజిక్ విని అండ్ దాని నుంచి కూడా వాళ్ళు మ్యూజిక్ కంపోజ్ చేస్తారు, మ్యూజిక్ని క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు. సో కొంతమంది డైరెక్టర్స్ కూడా వాళ్ళు చాలా వింటూ ఉంటారు కదా, లైక్ వాళ్ళు చాలా డిఫరెంట్ ఏరియాస్ నుంచి మ్యూజిక్ వింటూ ఉంటారు. అండ్ వెన్ దే విజిట్ సమ్ ప్లేసెస్, వాళ్ళ విలేజెస్కి వెళ్ళా కూడా అక్కడ వాళ్ళ ఎన్వైరన్మెంట్ నుంచి వచ్చే మ్యూజిక్ని తీసుకుని అది వాళ్ళ మ్యూజిక్ కంపోజిషన్లో వాళ్ళు ఇంక్లూడ్ చేస్తారు కదా. Thank you so much. I got some message, so I'm just looking at it. Okay. So now, so this is what the music composers do. And if you see as a child, when they are very much interested in the music, some children may not be very much interested in, they may not score very well in academics, but they may be very much interested in the music. So to such parents whose children are lacking in the academic scores, and when they see their children doing very well in music, definitely few parents will be hesitant to put them into this musical industry. So they want their children to be engineers, like everyone, like every other people. So for this also there are few degrees in music, right? To become a there is a degree called studio engineer or sound engineers, right? So for those parents also, there is no conflict when they wanted to put their child into engineering field. There are a lot of degrees and engineering in this music intelligence, pertaining to this music intelligence. And there is also an engineering called acoustic engineering, so where they adjust the sounds in the theaters, right? So that is one kind of engineering which every child can do if they are interested into this music industry. And these are the famous people. If they have good vocal cords, then they can be a singer. Now tell me, if a child is very good at linguistic intelligence and musical intelligence, what career they can go into? If a child is very good in linguistic, that means the child is very good in expressing their thoughts, in expressing their feelings in the form of words or in the form of writing. And what is the career option that you can choose for your child? Music sense undi and also words through express cheyagaluthunnadu. Then what is that? What is the career option that? Sorry?
Lyricist.
Right. Lyricists. So lyricists are also getting paid very well now. And for suppose if the child is very good logically, is very good at logical intelligence, and he also has this knowledge about music, he's having this musical intelligence, then what career option that child can take?
Music therapist, logical.
Music therapist, yes, to some extent, yes, music therapist. And they can also be a technician of music, right? In the background,
Yes.
they can control the,
Yeah.
the
Music
tunings.
composer, music composer.
Yeah, music composers, music directors, very good. They can be this. And someone who is having good physical intelligence and also the musical intelligence. Physical and musical intelligence, what can there be? Who are good in gross motor activities and also good in music.
Stars, rock stars,
Rock
rock stars,
star,
singing
yeah,
song and dancing like Michael Jackson.
correct. Right, correct. They can be also choreographers, right? Because they know the beat of the music for every beat, how which step to perform, right? So they can be the choreographers as well. So they can also earn a lot in this career. And for suppose if a child is having good fine motor skills and also good sense of music, then what can they be? Fine motor skills are where they're using their fingers or precision oriented muscles. So what can they be in music? They can play instruments, right? They can use their hands in playing instruments in music. Instrumentalists. And there are also career options where they can design the instruments, correct? These people can also take that career where they can design the instruments. And now, many of the songs that you are listening to, the background music that you are listening, are made through AI. So now, individual, like more than an individual instrument, people are getting trained on how to use a software on the music. Now, there are many courses and diploma courses also where after 12th grade, the child can be trained in some software. They can learn this software. They can learn DJing. DJing also is one career, I can say. They can learn this software and do those auto tuning things. So you have seen many in this recent movies. You have seen the hero, heroines, anchors also singing songs. So they may not understand the music very well. They are not supposed to do it, but still they do this singing, right? So when you see them, uh, it all comes very well. When we are listening to such songs, they are very big hit for us, correct? And we also enjoy those songs. Why are we doing it? At the background, there are technicians, there are engineers involved who use these many apps to control everything and they auto tune their voice as well. అందరూ శృతిలో ఈ లయబద్ధంగా పాడలేరు కదా, vocal గా పాడుతున్నప్పుడు వాళ్ళందరూ కూడా ఒకటే లెవెల్లో పాడలేరు. Background లో మన voice ని కూడా ఆటో ట్యూన్ చేసి ఈ కొన్ని ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ ఉంటాయి. సో అవన్నీ నేర్చుకోవడానికి కూడా కొన్ని కోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో 12th తర్వాత immediate గా డిగ్రీస్ ఎక్కువ లేవు దీంట్లో, బట్ కొన్ని కోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, కొన్ని ఇంజనీర్స్ ఉన్నాయి. లైక్ అకౌస్టిక్ ఇంజనీర్ అని ఉంది ఒకటి, ఇంకోటి స్టూడియో ఇంజనీర్ ఉంది, సౌండ్ ఇంజనీర్స్ ఉన్నాయి అనే ఉంది. ఈ ఇంజనీరింగ్ ఫీల్డ్స్ చేయొచ్చు వాళ్ళందరు చిల్డ్రన్. కానీ ఆ, కొన్ని ఈ యాప్స్ నేర్చుకోవడానికి కొన్ని కోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి, డీజేలో కోర్సెస్ ఉన్నాయి. సో ఇవన్నీ చేసి కూడా వాళ్ళు ఒక సక్సెస్ఫుల్ పీపుల్గా అవ్వచ్చు. అండ్ దే కెన్ దిస్ డీజేయింగ్ ఆల్సో కెన్ ఫెచ్ దిస్ నేమ్, ఫేమ్ అండ్ మనీ, రైట్? Do you agree with me, everyone? Yeah? Are you all with me? Yeah. Thank you. So now let's see the different career options and music intelligence. So they are songwriters, music therapists, which somebody have told us, music therapists, sound engineers, A music teacher. Music teacher have to have a degree to qualify as a music teacher. A composer, DJs, disc jockeys, studio engineers, instrument managers, right? A singer, rappers. Rapping is also one career which few of them can take in musical industry, right? So this is about musical industry. Do you have anything to speak? Just feel free to talk here or just give me in a message. So I got the message to implement a few other topics on like what is the problem in child, what went well after coaching and all. So this particular session, I just wanted to focus on multiple intelligence, so that this as a concept is liberal and it is a broad concept where each child will have some kind of ability, right? So how that ability can bring name, fame, and success. So this is the topic on that. So right now I'm not doing the session on coaching. So this is just for the clarity. I'm just doing the session on multiple intelligence, which is a concept where Howard Gardner has brought this concept in back in 1983. And it is also implemented in many schools now, whichever schools you are seeing. This particular multiple intelligence is implemented in many schools. And it is a research based. I can say it is like how the child can learn things and survive in their life to be a success, to lead a successful life, how he can learn all the things and be successful. It is that concept which I am talking about. I'll definitely take a session on the child, how my coaching interventions can benefit the child. That is a different topic altogether. So that's the reason I'm sticking on this topic. Just for the clarity, I'm giving this. Yeah. Okay. Shall we move ahead? Are we all good with this? Just give me a thumbs up if you are good with this. Okay. The sixth intelligence now we are talking about is interpersonal intelligence. Not everybody understands the other person's emotions, thoughts, and feelings. Correct? Sure. So the child who possesses this interpersonal intelligence can understand the other people's emotions and feelings. Okay, so these people can connect so easily with others. They can make friends very easily. They will know about other people's emotions. They can just go sit with them. If a person, for suppose, is so silently sitting somewhere, he doesn't want to share anything with anybody. The child who has this interpersonal intelligence will understand the child's feelings, go to him, he'll sit beside him, he'll support the child, he'll just share his shoulder, he'll be with him, he will not ask anything because he knows the other child's emotion, that the child will not be comfortable in sharing the emotion. So he will not ask, he or she, the child will not ask the other child to share his emotions. So that is the example which I can give you here. So it's the brain's ability to understand the other's emotions and feelings. Okay, it is about understanding about others. Okay, and when you see about the characteristics, they bond well with parents and interact with others. They form and maintain social relationships. They perceive the feelings, thoughts, motivations, and behavior lifestyles of others. All right. And more than a life skill, now this has become a career skill, right? Do you agree? Because many careers require this interpersonal intelligence. You might have heard this word interpersonal, but with a different suffix like interpersonal skill. And lot of corporates also will train employees with interpersonal skills because it is required in every job that you can see now. It is required, not even in a job, even in the business. This is very much required to everybody, correct? So previously, it is seen as a life skill, and of course, as a life skill also, it should be. Interpersonal skills are required, but for few children, it is inborn. You can see the children who understand other people's emotions very easily, and they act according to them. So they are people's favorite. Right? Do you have anybody whom you know who have this high interpersonal intelligence? So now I think as we are adults, all of us have acquired this particular interpersonal intelligence in us, but it may not be very high. And also, I would also like to say that these intelligences are measurable, or like there is a psychometric assessment which we can do for 12 years and above. In that, we will get to know on which intelligence we are high and on which intelligence we are low. We can do it to ourselves as well. And we can do it on the child who is 12 years and above. So through this particular psychometric assessment, we can also figure out which career they can fit into. It's very easy for us as parents. Right? Do you know anyone who has good interpersonal intelligence? Did you see a child who has a good interpersonal intelligence? Yeah. Who interacts well with others, who understands others. I guess you are able to relate to your child's abilities as well when I'm talking about all this intelligence. Do you relate to yourself or to your child as well?
అది వింటలేదు ఇప్పుడు ఆమె అన్నది ఏంటిది నాకు అర్థమవుతలేదు దివ్య
మధు. హలో మధు, తెలుగులో చెప్పండి, నేను చెప్తాను మీకు.
అదే మనం పిల్లలకి వాళ్ళ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఏది పర్టికులర్ ఇది అని ఎట్లా ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాలి?
సో అది దానికోసం మనకి ఒక సైకోమెట్రిక్ అసెస్మెంట్ ఉంది. సో ఆ సైకోమెట్రిక్ అసెస్మెంట్లో కొన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉంటాయి. ఆ 12 ఇయర్స్ అండ్ అబోవ్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి మనం చేసామనుకోండి ఆ అసెస్మెంట్ అన్నది, అందులో మనకి ఏ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉంది, ఏది తక్కువ ఉంది అన్నది మన మటుకు మనం తెలుసుకోవచ్చు, అండ్ పిల్లలకు కూడా చూడొచ్చు ఏ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ వాళ్ళు ఎక్కువ ఉంది అన్నది. సో అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇప్పుడు క్యారెక్టరిస్టిక్స్ చెప్తున్నాను చూడండి ఈ పీపీటీలో. దే బాండ్ వెల్ విత్ పేరెంట్స్, దే ఇంటరాక్ట్ గుడ్ విత్ అదర్స్, దే అండర్స్టాండ్ వేరే వాళ్ళ ఫీలింగ్స్ని, ఎమోషన్స్ని అర్థం చేసుకుని వేరే వాళ్ళతో ఎంపథెటిక్గా, అంటే వాళ్ళు అర్థం చేసుకుని వాళ్ళు తగ్గట్టుగా మాట్లాడతారు కొంతమంది పిల్లలు కదా. సో అలా మాట్లాడిన వాళ్ళకి ఈ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్నట్టు. అండ్ ఈ క్యారెక్టర్స్లో కూడా ప్రతి స్లైడ్లో మీరు చూసుకుంటే ఈ క్యారెక్టర్స్ చెప్పాను. ఆ క్యారెక్టర్స్ నుంచి కూడా మీరు మీ పిల్లల్లో ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉంది అని తెలుసుకోవచ్చు.
ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
అర్థమైందా? ఓకే. Okay, then coming back, so do you see till now, you just tell me through these characters or through the knowledge which I have given you till now, do you see any of these intelligence in your child? Like one or two intelligence where you can see that, okay, in this my child is high. Yes, please. సో ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అనేది మనం లేటర్ ఆన్ ఇన్ అదర్ స్టేజెస్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్లో కూడా ఎక్వైర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు, నేర్చుకోవచ్చు కూడా. అండ్ కొంతమంది పిల్లలకి బై బర్త్ కూడా ఉంటుంది. సో హూ దే అండర్స్టాండ్ పీపుల్ సో వెల్, రైట్? దే ఆర్ కంఫర్టబుల్ ఇన్ కనెక్టింగ్ విత్ పీపుల్. సో వాళ్ళు ఈజీగా ఫ్రెండ్స్ని కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఒక్కొక్కసారి చూసుకుంటే స్ట్రేంజర్స్తో ఆర్ అవుట్సైడర్స్తో అంత కంఫర్టబుల్గా ఉండము. లైక్ వాళ్ళ ఎమోషన్స్ని అర్థం చేసుకుని వాళ్ళు తగ్గట్టుగా మాట్లాడడం అనేది అందరికీ టాలెంట్ ఉంటుంది అది. సో కానీ కొంతమంది పిల్లలకి ఆర్ ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న పిల్లలకి మాత్రం చాలా ఈజీగా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వగలుగుతారు, ఈజీగా ఫ్రెండ్స్ చేసుకోగలుగుతారు కదా. ఇప్పుడు ఇందులో ఏమేం కెరియర్స్ ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయనుకుంటున్నారు మీరు ఈ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు? సో వీళ్ళని చూస్తే మీకు అర్థమయ్యే ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు కొంతమంది మోటివేషనల్ స్పీకర్స్ ఉంటారు, టీచర్స్కి కూడా ఈ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అన్నది కావాలి. మోటివేషనల్ స్పీకర్స్కి, సోషల్ యాక్టివిస్ట్కి, అండ్ కొంతమంది గురూస్కి కూడా కావాలి ఈ ఇంటర్పర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ అనేది. కొంతమంది మాస్ లీడర్స్ ఉంటారు వేర్ దే కమ్యూనికేట్ విత్ హ్యూజ్ ఆడియన్స్. సో ద ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ పార్ట్ ఇస్ హియర్ few leaders, the politicians, they speak very well with huge audience. They speak to that level where everybody can understand their language. The person who is a politician or a leader may have great knowledge on other subjects, but that knowledge will not be showcased when they are speaking in public. So they will speak as per the public needs. They speak the language which public understands. So these politicians, the orators or the speakers, the motivational speakers whom you are seeing, they have great interpersonal intelligence. All right? I hope everybody are with me.
Psychologists,
Psychologists, correct. The counselors,
yeah, counselors.
psychologists. Yeah. Now let's see the career options. There are multiple career options with this interpersonal intelligence. All of them who are in the role of manager, people manager, relationship management, all these career options will need interpersonal intelligence. This is the primary criteria for them, right? The business people, if they wanted to market their business, then they will need this interpersonal intelligence as well. They have to understand public, they have to understand the emotions of the people, right? Religious leaders, the options are innumerable here. Counselors, managers, people managers, public who are into public relationships, right? So these are many career options for the child who is having interpersonal intelligence. They can excel in this part, and these options are highly paid, correct? And doctors also need interpersonal intelligence to some extent, but more than doctors, nurses will need more, right? Now, the next intelligence, which we are going to talk about, is intrapersonal intelligence. Okay. So, interpersonal intelligence is something which is about understanding other people's feelings, but intrapersonal intelligence is something which we understand about our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings, right? It is about understanding your strengths, limitations. So that is understanding about yourself. So everybody will have this intrapersonal intelligence to some extent. But if you are very high at this intrapersonal intelligence, then you can acquire any kind of intelligence. When you know about your strengths, limitations, you will not be hesitant to make any challenge. Because when a challenge is made to you, then you know that okay, you can perform well in this particular area. You can take up the challenge, and you will be far into that challenge, right? And if you know that you are not suitable for that, then you will for sure tell that no, I can't do. Whether it is a yes or no, you will be sure. So then you are said to have this intrapersonal intelligence, right? And they are highly motivated, they are self-motivated, okay? They know about their inner moods, intentions, temperaments, desires, and the capacity of self-discipline. They have this capacity of self-disciplining themselves. They are self-understood and they have high self-esteem. And usually, if you see in younger kids, you can see this intrapersonal intelligence is higher in them. So they are very assertive and confident in telling something. అంటే ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళు ఏమైనా చెప్పాలనుకుంటే నేను ఇది చెయ్యను అంటే ఖచ్చితంగా నేను చెయ్యను అని చెప్పేస్తారు. వాళ్ళు దేనికి భయపడరు. అమ్మో చెయ్యను అని చెప్తే ఏమని అంటారేమో అన్న థాట్ వాళ్ళకి రానే రాదు. చిన్న పిల్లల్లో ఇది మనం అబ్జర్వ్ చేస్తాం. బట్ రాను రాను యాజ్ దే గ్రో ఫ్రమ్ ద పీపుల్ దే గెట్ సమ్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ క్వశ్చన్స్. ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళ చుట్టాల నుంచి కానీ లేదంటే వాళ్ళ క్లాస్మేట్స్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ దగ్గర నుంచి కానీ సమ్ క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయి. అబ్బా నువ్వు ఇది చేస్తావా, నీకు చేయగలుగుతావా నువ్వు ఇది అనే క్వశ్చన్ అరైజ్ అవుతుంది. అలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ అరైజ్ అయినప్పుడు ఈ పిల్లలు కన్ఫ్యూజ్ అయిపోతారు. ఓకే నేను చేయలేనేమో, నా వల్ల కాదేమో అని కన్ఫ్యూజన్ వచ్చేస్తుంది ఇలాంటి పిల్లలకి. సో మనం ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఇంట్రాపర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ని చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి పిల్లల్లో ట్రైన్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఏదైనా సాధించగలరు లైఫ్లో. వాళ్ళు సక్సెస్ఫుల్ అన్నది చాలా ఈజీగా గెయిన్ చేయగలుగుతారు. అంటే తొందరగా వాళ్ళు సక్సెస్ అవ్వగలుగుతారు. వాళ్ళు కాన్ఫిడెంట్గా ఉంటారు. ఓకే నేను ఇది చేయగలను, దిస్ ఇస్ మై స్ట్రెంగ్త్, దిస్ ఇస్ మై లిమిటేషన్, నేను ఇది చేయలేను, నేను ఇది చేయగలుగుతాను అన్నది వాళ్ళు క్లియర్గా ఉంటారు. అండ్ టాప్ లీడర్స్ అందరి మనం చూసుకుంటే వాళ్ళు సక్సెస్కి ఏ స్టెప్స్ ఫాలో అవ్వాలనేది వాళ్ళకి తెలుస్తుంది. అండ్ ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ దే ఫెయిల్ ఎట్ సమ్ పాయింట్ దే నో హౌ టు రీచ్ దట్ సక్సెస్ స్టెప్, రైట్? సో even if they fall down from that success, they will not take it as a failure. They will take it as a lesson, and they grow. They know how to get up and get into that success level again. So for them, they are highly motivated. They do not get low or depressed at any point of time. And it is required for every one of us to have great intrapersonal intelligence. And whoever is high at this intrapersonal intelligence can acquire any other intelligence, right? And let's see the characteristics. They are aware of their range of emotions. They are motivated to identify and pursue goals. They work independently, establish lives by an ethical value systems. Okay, they strive for self-actualization. సో ఈ ఇంట్రాపర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు యూజువల్గా వాళ్ళు ఏం చేస్తారంటే దే రిఫ్లెక్ట్ బ్యాక్ ఆన్ దేర్ వర్క్. అంటే లాస్ట్ వీక్లో నేను ఏం చేశాను అన్నది వాళ్ళు ఒక జర్నలింగ్గా కానీ ఏదో ఒక దగ్గర రాసి పెట్టుకుంటారు. సో దట్ అక్కడ నుంచి వాళ్ళ ఫెయిల్యూర్స్ ఏంటి, వాళ్ళు ఎక్కడ ల్యాక్ అవుతున్నారు అన్నది వాళ్ళకి ఈజీగా తెలుస్తుంది. అండ్ వాళ్ళ మోటివేషన్ కూడా విల్ బీ బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దేర్ వర్క్. ఓకే నేను ఇవన్నీ అచీవ్ చేశాను అని వాళ్ళు మోటివేట్ అవుతారు based on their work, right? They will know more about themselves. Okay, so they are high motivators to others. They can also be the motivational speakers, intrapersonal intelligence unna vallu. So these are the famous personalities who have great intrapersonal intelligence, right? So if I throw any challenge to you, how many of you are sure that you can do this, or how many of you are sure that you cannot do this? So it is like sometimes we get confused also, right? So it's like, okay, idedo challenge ochindi, or we wanted to go to some other party. ఆ పార్టీకి వెళ్ళాలంటే we will first call our friends or we'll call our family members, వెళ్తున్నారా, వెళ్ళాలా, అవసరం అంటారా వెళ్ళడం అన్నది మనం అడుగుతూ ఉంటాం. ఫ్రెండ్స్ని అడుగుతాము, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దేర్ డెసిషన్ మనం డెసిషన్ తీసుకుంటాం కదా. సో ఈ ఇంట్రాపర్సనల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి దే ఆర్ వెరీ షూర్. ఓకే నేను పార్టీకి వెళ్ళాలనుకుంటున్నాను, నేను ఎంజాయ్ చేయాలనుకుంటున్నాను, సో నేను వెళ్తాను అని షూర్గా ఉంటుంది. లేదు నాకు ఇంట్రెస్ట్ లేదు, సో నేను వెళ్ళను అని షూర్గా ఉంటారనమాట ఈ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి. ఐ హోప్ దిస్ ఇస్ క్లియర్ టు ఎవ్రీబడి. అండ్ ఆల్సో ఈ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళకి ప్రోక్రాస్టినేషన్ అనేది ఉండదు. వాళ్ళు టాస్క్స్ని డిలే చేయడం అంటూ అట్లాగా వాళ్ళు పెట్టుకోరు. వాళ్ళు అనుకున్నది చేసేస్తారు, ఆ టైంకి సాధించేస్తారు. అట్లీస్ట్ సాధించలేకపోయినా దే విల్ ట్రై టు మేక్ సమ్ ప్రోగ్రెస్. right? And Harvard specifically mentioned that the person who is having high intrapersonal intelligence can acquire any other intelligence very easily, and they can be successful in their life. Okay, when I get into the career options in this intrapersonal intelligence, all the priests, what do we say, the religious leaders can be higher intrapersonal intelligence, spiritual counselors, philosophers, entrepreneurs, psychiatrists, psychologists, all of them can be good in intrapersonal intelligence, right? And now we are getting into the last intelligence, which is naturalistic intelligence. So E intelligence lo koste, the child will be very much connected to the environment. So what are there in our environment? Just tell me. The natural environment I'm talking about. What are the what are the things that we have in our nature, in the natural environment? Yeah. So like trees, leaves, rocks, stones, insects, birds, all of them, right? So it's the brain's ability to connect with natural environment around you. The way your brain supports you to connect with your five senses. So the child who is very good at this naturalistic intelligence will have good five senses. They are very good at smell, hearing, taste, see, and touch. So all the career options which need these good five senses will fit into this naturalistic intelligence. So they are usually interested into the subjects such as botany, biology, zoology. They are very good at smell and they have good senses of taste and smell. They may enjoy camping, gardening, hiking, exploring outdoors, right? They will, we all love nature. We all love the scenic beauty. We all love that greenery. All of us will have, all of us are naturalistic intelligence. But specific to this particular intelligence, when a child is having this naturalistic intelligence, the child will show that interest in details of each and everything. If a child is seeing a rock, then the child will know the pattern of the rock. He or she will see the details of the insect. When an insect has come around him, then he will see the details of the insect. He will be very much interested to examine that, right? So these are the children who have naturalistic intelligence. Even with this, there are many career options. So if you see the characteristics also, they recognize and can name many different types of trees, flowers, and plants. So they will be very much interested to know about the plant, to see the growth of a plant, each and everything which is related to nature. The chefs are very good at naturalistic intelligence. They know the taste of the ingredients that they are using, and they can mix that and make a great dish to us. They are very good at naturalistic intelligence. The hikers, botanists, everybody of them. Let's get into the career options here. The veterinary doctors, animal scholars, archaeologists, right? Chefs, courtyard designers, okay, and animal protection activists. And I see here who train pets. They are also very good in naturalistic intelligence. They train pets. They also keep the pets at one place. We give them for boarding, right? So they all have good sense of naturalistic intelligence. Correct? And there are people who take us for hiking, for trekking. They know about each and everything about the environment. And there are few photographers, the wildlife photographers, who can understand the animals, their language, how the expressions of them. So they are also into this, they also come under this category of naturalistic intelligence, right? So do you feel that every child can become successful if they possess any kind of ability which they have through this intelligence? Do you all agree with me? It's not only the academics that we have to see, it's also the other intelligences, that the other abilities which can bring this name, fame, money to every one of us. Yeah. So now there must be some ability which is not bringing success in life in this era, but maybe later on, the same ability can bring success in their life. For example, if you see a cook long back, in few generations back or in the previous generation, a cook is not seen as a successful person, but the same cook, if they have done some kind of degree or a professional, if they are into some professional degree, if they have done some course on making good items, food items, then they are called chefs now. They are seen they have huge respect, correct? So there are many such. Previously, a small gardener. So we just see them as a gardener in the previous generation, but now they are courtyard designers, right? Previously, there are no much interior designers as well. So now you can see that as a profession, as a great profession, highly paid profession, right? So also in this era, when we are talking about this intelligence, your child might have some kind of a unique ability, but that might not bring success now. But if you explore the different careers or different studies on that particular ability, that can become a profession, a respectable profession later in the next generation. So there are chances. So that is why this multiple intelligence is a broader perspective. Harvard has not limited to certain era. Harvard has brought this particular concept of intelligence theory in every era, that we can become successful if the child possesses any of these abilities. All right. I hope every one of you are with me. This is the like gist of everything, all the other intelligences. And we'll just have a small quiz. We'll end the session with the small quiz. I hope everybody are with you. Yes. Do you have any confusion or do you have any questions till now in any kind of intelligence? I'll just go back to the slide.
Yeah, that is the D, option D, A and C both.
Okay, you're okay, fine. In the quiz, yes, it is the option C.
A and C.
Right. Option, yes, is A and C. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful lawyer? So the lawyer has to have linguistic, verbal, and logical intelligence, and also interpersonal along with intrapersonal intelligence. It is required for this. Intrapersonal intelligence is required to everybody, and also interpersonal is also required to some extent. So very few career options will not need interpersonal intelligence. The careers like CA, who are into auditing, might not need interpersonal intelligence. And also a few of them who are into researching field, when they wanted to concentrate on their work and do something, the scientists who can invent something, they might not need this interpersonal intelligence, but most of the careers will need interpersonal. So when you see a lawyer, and definitely the lawyer has to have this linguistic, logical, interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence, because a lawyer has to communicate with others. They have to understand others. And also, when a lawyer fails, they have to understand themselves as well to bring them up to be a successful lawyer. Right. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful architect? So is it linguistic, verbal, logical, mathematical, spatial, and bodily kinesthetic, musical intelligence, naturalistic, and logical mathematical intelligence? So when to become a successful architect in the sense who makes who are involved in creating buildings, who support in buildings and all, who knows the space. So when for an architect, he has to also use his body. He has to know about the space, correct? And he has to draw a few drawings, right? He has to design the drawing.
Spatial and bodily
Bodily
kinesthetic.
kinesthetic, correct. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful therapist or counselor? Is it linguistic, verbal, logical? Is logic required for a therapist or counselor? Or is it spatial, bodily kinesthetic? Is it interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence? Or is it naturalistic and logical intelligence? For a therapist or a counselor, they will have to have this linguistic intelligence. I agree with that, but the option here has both linguistic and logical. So I don't think they will require this logical or mathematical intelligence for a counselor, right? They will definitely need interpersonal and intrapersonal intelligence. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Next, moving forward, which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful environmental scientist? So when I talk about environmental scientists, we just discussed about one intelligence, the last one. Does this environmental scientist
Naturalistic and the
logical intelligence? Yes, because when I say about a scientist, the scientist definitely needs logical intelligence. And when it comes to environmental scientists, then they need this naturalistic intelligence. It's a combination of naturalistic and logical mathematical intelligence. Which combination of intelligences is most crucial for a successful music producer, music director, music composer, or music producer?
musical and interpersonal.
Right. Yeah. And that ends our session here. Before closing this session, I would love to take your feedback. You can unmute yourself and tell me how do you feel about the session and how helpful it is for you. Also, in the group, I will share one link. మీ అందరికీ నేను గ్రూప్లో ఒక లింక్ షేర్ చేస్తాను, నా బిజినెస్ అకౌంట్ లింక్. అందులో మీ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అండ్ రివ్యూ కూడా ఇవ్వండి. ఈ సెషన్ ఎలా ఉంది అనే దాని గురించి రివ్యూ ఇవ్వండి. అండ్ ఆల్సో ట్రైనర్ గురించి, హౌ యూ ఫెల్ట్ అబౌట్ ద ట్రైనర్, దాని గురించి కూడా మీకు లైక్ యూ గివ్ మీ ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్. ఇట్ విల్ బి హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ మీ అండ్ ఆల్సో టు అదర్ పేరెంట్స్ హూ ఆర్ సీయింగ్ మై బిజినెస్ అకౌంట్. ఓకే. And ఇప్పుడు కూడా you can tell me, like if you have any suggestions, I will definitely take it and implement it in future. It is always for the well-being of a child, correct? So just unmute and tell me, మీకు ఎలా అనిపించింది ఈ సెషన్, ఎంతవరకు అర్థమైంది, మీకు బెనిఫిట్ అనిపించిందా లేదా అన్నది కూడా చెప్పండి.
చాలా వండర్ఫుల్ సెషన్ దివ్య. లైక్ చాలా రకాలుగా డిఫరెంట్ పర్స్పెక్టివ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఎ కిడ్ బాగా క్లియర్ గా అర్థమయ్యాయి. నెక్స్ట్ టైం ఇన్ ద ఫర్దర్ సెక్షన్, లైక్ ఇఫ్ యూ హ్యావ్ ఫర్దర్ మోర్ సెషన్స్ ఏంటంటే లైక్ 3 minutes 4 minute ప్రాక్టికల్ రౌండ్స్ ఏమైనా చేసే టైప్ లో ఉంటే ఇట్ విల్ బి అలాంగ్ విత్ ద కిడ్స్, లైక్ కిడ్స్ అండ్
Okay.
పేరెంట్స్, ఇట్
Yes,
విల్ బి
yes.
మోర్ బెటర్.
Yeah, true. Yeah. We can do that as well. Yeah, అది కూడా
Yeah.
చేద్దాం, ట్రై చేద్దాం.
But as such, today, like we got cumulative understanding of different intelligence of thought process, like kids' thought
Yeah.
process and all.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Yeah, welcome.
ఓకే, నేను లింక్ కూడా ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తాను. ఈ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అన్ని అందరూ ప్లీజ్ జస్ట్ స్పేర్ 5 minutes ఆఫ్ యువర్ టైమ్ అండ్ గివ్ మీ ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఆన్ ద సెషన్. ఇట్ విల్ బీ హెల్ప్ఫుల్ ఫర్ మీ అండ్ ఆల్సో టు ద అదర్ పేరెంట్స్. And if you feel that you have got some value out of this session, I would request you to refer me to other parents as well. And I'll be doing this multiple intelligence session every month to share the knowledge to the other parents to see a child in a different perspective. Okay, na? Fine. Thank you so much. I'll be sharing my Instagram, Facebook account, YouTube account as well. So please follow me and subscribe there. Thank you for the precious time. I know it's a Sunday and మీ అందరికీ కూడా ప్లాన్స్ ఉన్నాయి మీ ఫ్యామిలీతో, బట్ ఐ ఫెల్ట్ దట్ ఈ పర్టికులర్ మల్టిపుల్ ఇంటెలిజెన్స్ as a concept is required for everybody. అందరికీ కూడా లైక్ హౌ యూ సీ అ పర్సన్ అన్నది కూడా ఆ పర్స్పెక్టివ్ కూడా మారుతుంది అనుకుని నేను ఈ పర్టికులర్ టైంని బ్లాక్ చేశాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ జాయినింగ్. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ ప్రెషియస్ టైమ్ అండ్ ఆల్ ది బెస్ట్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఫ్యూచర్ endeavors. Have a lovely day ahead. You may leave now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Divya. Bye.
Bye. Hey, Jahnavi, ఉన్నావా?